Today I'm going to show you a little bit about how to be tracking attendance at your events. As a reminder, this semester we are requiring all student organizations to take attendance at all of their events, whether it involves members or non-members. So to start off, I'm going to show you how to take attendance using your mobile phone using the engageGettysburg app. As a reminder, you can download the engageGettysburg app in either the Google Play Store or in the Apple Store. engageGettysburg, one word. So when you go into the app, it's going to open on the feed where you can see different things that people have posted. This is also a great place that you can advertise upcoming events or information that you want to share. But if I go down to this events tab, the third one right in the middle, I can look for an upcoming event that I have access to check people in for. So in this case, I'm going to do Meet the Greeks and give it just a second to load. Mine takes a little bit longer to load than yours should, just because of the access I have to a wide number of events. So it is searching for the event. And then once that loads, it's going to show me the name of the event and I can just click on it. Of course, so Meet the Greeks. So from here, it's going to give me an overview of the event. This is what anyone would see if they went into the event to learn more, find out what it's about, things like that. In this case, you can see this is an event that has been canceled, which is why I'm using it as a demo one, so that way I'm not messing with the attendance for any actual events. And so I can also see number of people attending, who's sponsoring it, things like that. Okay. So to take attendance, I'm going to click on the three dots in the top right corner and click Check in Attendees. In a moment, after I'm done with the app, I am going to show you on the desktop version how you're going to give permissions to people to be able to check people in. If you're an officer of the group, you'll automatically be able to, but you can also assign other people. So if you have general members who will be checking someone in, you'll be able to assign them to be able to do this. So anyone who has pre-registered for the event is going to show up on this bottom piece. So you'll see where it says Caitlin Lindsay. If I'm trying to check them in, I can just click right on the little circle with the check mark in it, and that will check them in. You'll notice it's now turned to green. If there was someone who was checking in who hadn't registered ahead of time, I can do that a few different ways. I can, click on button. I can click on the QR code piece, and then I can scan the back of their student ID or their personal QR code that I'll show you in just a moment. I can also type in a name. And this is going to pull up all of our students, staff, and faculty who all have accounts in engageGettysburg, and I can check them in that way as well. Okay. So that's one of your first ways that you're able to check in attendees. Really nice and easy way to do it in the moment. I mentioned that every person has their own personal QR code. And so you can see right now I've gone to the More screen, which is the fifth icon on the bottom. This is a great place in general for you because it's going to have a lot of resources for you for general usage without you having to use the website version. But in the top right corner, you'll see a QR code once again. If I click on that, that's going to show my personal QR code. And so I can pull that out and then someone can scan that to check me in automatically without having to share names, things like that. So a much faster way to do things. If you were trying to scan a QR code, such as I'm going to show you in a moment how you can scan into an event. If you want to just post a QR code for the event, you'll just click the scan QR code button. Okay. Now just give me a moment to switch off of my phone version. And now I'm going to return to the engageGettysburg website. Just one moment. Okay. So now within the engageGettysburg website, the other way that I can also do attendance, I'm going to go into a group or event once again, and I'm going to go into the event. I highly recommend if you are an officer in the organization, your easiest way is going to be going through your group. Otherwise, you can also go through the event section to find an upcoming event. But once again, I'm going to type in the name of the event that I'm looking for. I could also just search for it within the larger listing like I'm doing here. But then I'm going to go into this Manage button, which is the little settings gear. I'm going to click on that, and you'll see at the top, it actually has reminders on how to do this. So if after this presentation, you're in the midst of things and you've forgotten what to do, you can click on one of these buttons and it's going to give you the instructions tutorial how to do this. But you can see, first of all, if I scroll down, it's going to show me the attendees. And once again, there would have been this little empty circle right here. In this case, because I checked them in with the app already, it already says checked in. It also says who checked them in and when. So really nice, easy for your records to know, did people come at the beginning of an event, at the end of the event, who checked them in, etc. You can also check someone out if you want to be doing a checking them in at the beginning and checking out at the end. But I also can use this track attendance button at the top. And so this is where, if you want to bring your laptop and you have a card scanner, you can use this first one to scan student ID cards. You can also use the self-check-in QR code. So let's say, maybe not so much this semester, but in the future, you're doing an event that's in the ballroom or in 260, and you want people to check themselves in as they come in for ease. You can pull up the QR code for the event, like, as you can see here, and then using their mobile phones and using that QR scanner built right into the app, they can scan this to check in. If for some reason you want to make sure that they're truly there, you can actually set it to activate, you can have it change consistently. And so you can have it where it's going to refresh every 10 seconds. This prevents someone from, for example, taking a picture of it and sending it to other people and checking in. If someone doesn't have a QR code scanner, they can also use the link that's listed in either of these places to sign in as well. So those are the easy ways that you're going to be able to take attendance at an event. If you also have it in, for example, where let's say you forgot to have people scan in, but you have a list of the people, so you know who attended, you can click this add or invite attendees button, and then you can type in who it is that did it. And so I'm going to change the action to say check in attendees, and I can start typing in names. Kristen's given me permission to use her for various demos, which is why I'm typing in her name right now as an example, but you'll be able to type in pieces. You can also paste in a list using emails if you have those instead. Okay. So those are different ways that you can download that you can add attendees. A really nice tool is with people pre-registering for an event, you have a really easy way that you can send them an email. So if something changes, you need to switch to a virtual event, you want to give them an update or send out the Zoom link, you can do that directly through this and click email attendees rather than trying to figure out a way to let people know of changes. If people have downloaded the app, you can also send a mobile notification. You'll get a push notification with whatever update it is that you're sending. We ask that you don't overuse that. As we know, the more times you get emails, push notifications, things like that, more annoyed people will get, and the less likely they are to have those things enabled. But the one last thing I want to show you, I mentioned before that if you're an officer of a group, you're automatically able to track attendance. If you're not an officer, but you have people who will be checking others in, you can go down. Right now I'm in the event edit piece. I'm going to this organizing team, which is the second section, and I'm changing who the team members are. And so in this case, I'm going to add a team member. Once again, just going to type in their name, whatever it is. This time I'll use Lauren Browning, for example, who is our engagement resource coordinator. And if I click on her name, she's now going to have the ability to check people in using her mobile phone and the app. She won't be able to check people in using the manage page, like I showed you with those other ways, but she can use her phone. So that is a very important distinction. If you have any questions about how to take attendance at an event, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. We want to make sure this is as easy as possible to do, but it is essential for us making sure that we know who's at what number of people are attending things, and making sure that people are following all of our policies. Thank you very much.